Hi everyone, my name is Katie from literacylearn.com. Thank you for joining me for PD and Pieces. Today we're talking about the whiny A. You might think that the only sounds that the letter A can make are A or A, but today we're talking about another sound, the whiny A. So let's get learning. So what is whiny A? Let's start out by comparing the vowel sounds that we hear in the word apple to jam. What vowel sound do you hear in apple? You hear the ah sound. We call that the pure short A sound. What sound, though, do you hear in the word jam? Okay, I hear the eh sound. If I isolate those sounds, j, eh, Okay, I don't say the word jam, I say it jam. Why does this happen? This is actually what we call the whiny A. So in words that end with the letters N or M or the digraph NG, these are nasal sounds, which is a speech sound produced when air passes through the nose. And so that pure ah sound just before one of these graphemes, it changes just a bit. Now, this shift happens naturally in English just because of the way that our noses and our mouths work together to create speech sounds. So in the letters with the letters N, M, and NG, the digraph NG, when we make those sounds, we have to have air coming through our nose. Okay, that's why they're called nasal sounds, right? So try to make the sound when you pinch your nose. Right? It's blocked. You can't make that sound. So it just doesn't work that way. So it's because of this that the vowel sound that comes right before these sounds shifts just a bit. And that's why that A becomes a bit whiny. That's the whiny A. Just a few more things about the whiny A. It's sometimes called the nasalized A, and that's simply because the sound gets a little bit nasally, which is why it sounds whiny. Now, this is still considered a short ah sound, technically, right? It's not a separate sound on its own. It's not a separate phoneme that we're going to introduce to students or put on our sound wall. It's just that this sound is influenced by that nasal consonant that's coming after it. So don't introduce it as a different vowel sound, but simply teach students why the vowel sound is affected in words where the letters M, N, or digraph NG come after the short A. Now, some programs are going to teach these letter strings as glued sounds, and they're going to teach them as chunks, and this can be helpful, right? So they're kind of glued together. So you would study words that are part of the am family or the an family or the ang family. And I think that just teaching the whiny A and introducing it to your student, it helps them make the concept simpler for them to understand. And understanding the shift in the sound is going to help our younger kids to not make errors when decoding or encoding. And if you think about it, for decoding, kids can simply shift the vowel sound for correct pronunciation. And then they can also understand why this occurs. For encoding, they'll know what vowel letter to use when they hear that whiny A in a word. So it's really helpful. So now you know about the whiny A. Thank you for joining me for PD and Pieces and adding to your knowledge of all things literacy. Come back soon.